Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar. It's an honor itself to address to this exquisite audience who has gathered here to witness this remarkable moment of the book launching hosted by none other than the talented author, Mr. Jasbir Singh Bajaj, sir. I extend a very warm welcome to all of you, to all the dignitaries sitting on the dais, and to all the special guests present here. मेरा नाम है एडवोकेट मनुश्री और मैं आप सभी का बेहद हर्ष और उल्लास के साथ इस पावन मौके पर स्वागत करती हूँ और अभिनंदन करती हूँ. Before that, I have an announcement to make. Ladies and gentlemen, the thing is, due to some unforeseeable circumstances, our chief guest for the event, Dr. V.K. Singh, Honorable Union Minister of the State for Civil Aviation and Road Transport and Highways, former Chief of Army Staff, former Honorable Union Minister of State for External Affairs, could not join us today to share our happy moment. There is an inauguration of the Port Blair Airport by the Honorable Prime Minister. Earlier, the chief guest was supposed to be present here, and after the event, he would go to that place. But now he is not able to join us today. He has sent his best wishes and greetings to all of us. किसी भी अच्छे कार्य की शुरुआत ईश्वर के आशीर्वाद से की जाती है. सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे काम रूपिणी. सबकी कामना पूरी करने वाली सरस्वती माँ को हम सबका नमस्कार है. मेरा उनसे यह प्रार्थना है कि वह इस कार्य को सफल एवं मंगलमय बनाएं. इस शुभ कार्य की शुरुआत आइए हम दीप प्रज्वलन से करते हैं. फॉर दिस आई वुड लाइक टू इनवाइट द ऑनरेबल गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर, डिस्टिंग्विश्ड गेस्ट्स एंड जसबीर सिंह सर फॉर द लाइटनिंग ऑफ द लैम्प. इस सुनहरे अवसर पर हमें कुछ असाधारण गणमान्य व्यक्तियों की मेज़बानी करने का सौभाग्य मिला है, जिन्होंने अपने संबंधित क्षेत्रों में आश्चर्यजनक योगदान दिया है. हमारे निमंत्रण को स्वीकार करने के लिए हम प्रत्येक विशिष्ट अतिथि को प्रति हार्दिक आभार व्यक्त करते हैं. यहाँ आपकी उपस्थिति हमारी सभा को समृद्ध करती है और हमें उत्कृष्टता की ओर बढ़ने के लिए प्रेरित करती है. Let me now acknowledge the presence of our eminent guests we have amongst us. We are privileged to have with us His Excellency, the guest of honor, Honorable Ambassador Rahul Chhabra sir, former Secretary ER, Ministry of External Affairs, former High Commissioner to Kenya, permanent representative of India to UN, formal ambassador to Hungary. It's a privilege to share our happy time with you, sir. I would now request Advocate Sunita ma'am to present the memento to the Ambassador Chhabra sir and Jasbir sir to present him with shawl.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. It's an absolute privilege to have amongst us our distinguished guest, Honorable Justice Talwant Singh sir, former Judge, High Court of Delhi. Thank you for your graceful presence, sir. Now, I would like to request Advocate Karandeep to felicitate distinguished guest. Thank you, sir. We are delighted to celebrate this auspicious moment with our distinguished guest, Dr. Pradeep Rai, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India, and Patron-in-Chief of PNBI I.A.S, Institution for UPSC Exam Preparation, and Judicial Disha, Institute for Judicial Services Exam Preparation. Now, I would request Jasbir Singh sir to present our distinguished guest with a token of appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are pleased to share this beautiful occasion with our distinguished guest, Shri Ranjeev S. Dalal, IPS retired, former Director General of Police, Haryana. He is Jasbir sir's guru since the time of academy. Jasbir sir's career as an I.A.S. was highly influenced by sir. He is one of the most courageous officers in the country and has served the country with all the dedication. Jasbir sir always look up to you, sir, as a mentor and as a guide. Now, Jasbir sir is facilitating our distinguished guest. अब मैं हमारे इस पावन अवसर के प्रतिष्ठित अतिथि डॉक्टर प्रदीप राय सर जी से यहाँ निवेदन करूँगी कि वे कुछ शब्द आके कहें। पहले मैं सर के बारे में कुछ कहना चाहूँगी। Sir is a senior advocate of Honorable Supreme Court of India and has also served as the former Vice President of Supreme Court Bar Association twice. He is not only a legal luminary but have also made several contributions to the field of human rights. For a legal fraternity, Sir has done a lot of social activities for which all the advocates will always be grateful to him. He is also Patron-in-Chief to PNBI I.A.S. Now, I welcome Sir on the podium for his welcome address.
Honorable Chawla sir, Honorable Justice Talwant Singh ji, one of the most popular judge of Delhi High Court and still the most popular member of our bar, Jasbir Singh Bajaj ji. Fortunately, today is his birthday. So my best wishes, sir, from your side. Thanks to Facebook, I could notice Mr. Balaji, Mr. Dalal Saab, Mr. Dinkar Gupta ji, Mr. Upadhyay ji, and obviously the main force behind this grand man, Honorable Mrs. Bajaj Bhabiji, and Karan, Divyans, and many other young and young by heart, young by knowledge. All of you are here. So I welcome as one of the members of this BN by I.A.S. Whenever Bajajji invites me for anything, I always think that he must have done something exemplary, extraordinary. Last time he invited us, he had a wonderful book on Indian Constitution. Today he has done a wonderful piece of work as in international law. It's not a very easy thing, especially for a public servant, because what happens that when you join service, you will start thinking in a one direction, and that direction kills your other dimensions of your personality. But you see, I really appreciate and I really admire Jasbir ji for this his wonderful creativity. You can talk anything, he can answer you, he can deal with any complex subject, and not only this, international law now for this purpose, then coaching the students, young minds, then arbitration center, mediation center. So contribution in ADR, contribution in mediation, and I feel that a lot more is to come. It's not very easy to become Jasbir Bajaj. Jasbir means that you have to be a fighter, you have to win your kirti, yash, and you have proven that. I don't want to say more because Honorable Justice Talwant Singh ji is there, Chawla sir is there, they will be enlightening us on more issues. But again, while congratulating you on this wonderful piece of work, I request you to continue this and keep doing this. You are a warrior, you have done a wonderful job, especially in the field of education, which is not expected from especially a police officer or a civil servant. You have been in Tamil Nadu. So on political rivalries, you could have written a wonderful book. But writing a book on international law, writing a book on constitution, yes, really, it's a appreciation from my side. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, sir, for your warm and gracious welcome speech. प्रतिष्ठित पुस्तक के हमारे लेखक श्री जसबीर सिंह बजाज सर सेवानिवृत्त IAS अधिकारी और BN by IAS के निर्देशक से आपका परिचय कराते हुए मैं अभिभूत हूँ। मैं पिछले कुछ सालों से सर का अनुसरण कर रही हूँ और मैं भाग्यशाली हूँ कि मुझे उनके मार्गदर्शन में कार्य करने का अवसर प्राप्त हो रहा है। आपसे सीखने और ज्ञान प्राप्त करने का अवसर अद्भुत है और आपसे मिले ज्ञान को मैं जीवन भर के लिए संजोने जा रही हूँ। It is wonderful to have the opportunity to learn from you, sir. I am going to cherish this for my life. Sir has had a remarkable career and left no stone unturned to unravel his true potential. Sir has served as a sub-inspector of police in CBI by securing All India Rank 1 in the SSC examination, before securing 89th rank in the most prestigious UPSC Civil Services examination in 1987. It is pertinent to point out that Sir has cleared this examination with the law and public administration as his optional subjects. In 2018, Sir took voluntary retirement from the services after reaching the apex scale, that is, the Chief Secretary's grade. Sir has astonishing academic achievements that might take me hours to mention. Now, Sir is humble enough to share with us his plethora of experience and academic strengths as a mentor and helping n number of students to achieve their dreams. Sir has successfully authored a book on constitutional and administrative law that is exclusively concerned with the UPSC Civil Services Law Optional. Now, with the huge success of the constitutional law book, we are again witnessing this remarkable occasion of the book release of international law exclusively for the UPSC aspirants. This is going to be one of a kind for the readers. I would now like to call upon the stage Jasbir sir to introduce the book. Welcome, sir.
Distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais, a very good afternoon and a very, very warm welcome to all of you for gracing this occasion, for encouraging me, for motivating me. Friends, I'm particularly grateful to Ambassador Rahul Chavda, who is my batchmate also in the Foreign Service and has a remarkable career. In fact, son of a distinguished civil servant also. His father, Mr. M.L. Chavda, he was my boss in the sense that he was from my Tamil Nadu cadre. And when we joined as probationers, he was the resident commissioner. And later on, after many years, I took over charge in 2003 as resident commissioner and continued there for more than 15 years till my retirement. I mean, yeah. So, my heartfelt gratitude to my guru, Shri Ranjeev S. Dalal, a former retired I.P.S. officer and former Director General of Police. In fact, I started my career in his hands virtually because he was Deputy Director in the Academy, Lal Bahadur Shastri National Academy of Administration, in charge of discipline and, outdoor activities. And I remember how many times he must have pulled my ear, Puttar Banda Banja. ये नहीं करना, वो नहीं करना. फिर भी he was so kind-hearted कि हर Friday, there was a standing instruction from the directors, the directors who were in charge of the academy. No probationer should leave the academy on weekends. And that was the first announcement which was made when we joined the service on 24th of August 1987. I think the next weekend was just a couple of days away, and Friday evening, हम इनके कमरे में पहुंच गए. सर, हाँ भाई बोल. सर, कार जाना. सुना नहीं था वहाँ क्या बोला था जब ज्वाइन किया था. नो वीकेंड ऑफ. सर देख लो सर, ये है, तरले लाने. सो काइंड हार्टेड. चुपचाप निकल जाना, शोर नहीं पाना. और मंडे सवेरे पीटी ते जरूर होना, बिल्कुल तैयार. And manage your roommate. And luckily, I had an excellent roommate, Balesh, from I.A.S. Custom Service, grandson of our late Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri ji. Excellent chap. Everything went off very smoothly. Thanks to him. So after many years, when we again went back to academy for our mid-career training, कहते हुन डिसिप्लिन भूल जाए यार, हुन यार मान गए. बट यार जितना मर्जी बन जाए, गुरु गुरु ही रहते. And I am really grateful, sir, that you accepted my invitation and spared your precious time. I am grateful to all of you. I can't name. I have my service colleagues. I have, my from different services, from I.A.S, from I.P.S, and some could not make it. I got the messages because of the rains and the weather is not that good. Roads are flooded, so they excused themselves. But anyway, I am grateful to all of you. Now, friends, coming to, and I will be failing in my duty to not to mention my gratitude to General V.K. Singh ji in absentia, because he's right on his duty. He was supposed to be in Delhi today morning along with the Honorable Prime Minister for the inauguration of Port Blair new airport building. He is a Minister of State for Civil Aviation. But then late night he was asked by the PMO to go over to Port Blair and attend from there. So, but he's right now in Calcutta, at Calcutta airport, and we will see if we can get him on the line and seek his blessings. Because without his blessings, I think this gathering will not be complete. My function will remain incomplete. But friends, I quit service in 2018 December, not as a matter of any personal reason or this or that. I had reached the apex scale and there was 7 months for my superannuation. I was to retire on superannuation on 31st of July 2019. But I thought that, earlier the better. Let me get into the favorite or the love of my life, the passion, real passion, that is academics. I did my 5 masters, 2 in law, 2 in management, and 1 in public administration. And out of 5, 4 I did when I was in service. I opted for law as my optional subject when I didn't have a law degree. I did my LLB from Delhi University evening classes in 2012, and then masters from ILI. So great passion for law, and the whole credit goes to at least one single person. We used to call him Dada Banerjee. He was our professor of law in National Police Academy, Hyderabad, where I took training as sub-inspector cadet in 1980-81. And later on, he came to Mussoorie also. I have never met such a great teacher of law. I have studied under many professors, many eminent personnel, but he created that passion that I could take a chance when I was left with only one chance for the UPSC. I had to resign from CBI to write UPSC because I was, my then director, I won't name him, he said, if you are so confident, why don't you resign and write? That was in 1985. And I didn't have any other chance, only one chance was there. And then I took this thing, so much was the passion that I opted for law, both in prelims and mains, and cleared it in my only attempt. Got 89th rank. That's what I tell my students also. See, somebody comes with, sir, I am from IIT background, I am with engineering background. And people are asking me to, my other colleagues, my other fellows, why don't you go for anthropology? Why don't you go for sociology? देखो कितने लोग दे रहे हैं. मैंने कहा तुम्हारा दिल क्या कह रहा है? पहले उसकी सुनो. I never had a background in law, but yes, law was here. And that's what is showing now. When I looked at this is how the temptation for writing books came when I asked most of the students, why you are not opting for law? Sir, material ही नहीं है. कहाँ से लें? Notes नहीं है, कोई reading material नहीं, 10 books को छालना पड़ता है, और particularly for this subject, international law. मैंने कहा कोई बात नहीं. Let me cover the entire syllabus. In between, pandemic came, and my whole team worked with me, and we kept on writing. This was my first book, which was released by former Chief Justice of India, Justice Thakur, in January. Constitutional and administrative law. The paper 1 has got 2 parts, constitutional law and administrative law, and the second part in paper 1 is international law. So with this book, we'll be completing paper 1, entire syllabus of UPSC. और कहते हैं ना हाथी के पाँव में सबका पाँव. So if you prepare for UPSC, all other exams become so easy, including your judicial services exam. I have seen the syllabus. I have seen the questions which are being asked there. So if you prepare for UPSC law optional, you are sure of at least clearing the state services and judicial services. And अगर मेरे जैसे थोड़ा बहुत किस्मत लेके आए होंगे तो यूपीएससी भी हो जाएगा, क्यों नहीं होगा? कोई हम लोग कोई ऊपर से तो स्पेशल तो नहीं उतरे, ना इनके सींग लगे ना मेरे लगे, हम तो वही आप जैसे ही हैं, वैसे ही. एंड यू नो, it's a myth that only the gold medalists, the toppers get into civil service. No, we haven't seen any gold medalists in our batch, hardly, a very few. नहीं. Yes, above average, but very focused studies. अंधाधुंध पढ़ाई नहीं करनी. और उसी को सोचते हुए I started writing these books. Focus on UPSC. Only law optional. This will cover your GS2 also, General Studies 2. The whole thing. What is there in GS2? You have polity, you have governance, and you have international relations. Constitutional law is your polity. Administrative law is governance, and international relations from international law. GS2 automatically covered, and you will write better than others, because you have done in-depth study, studied case laws. Yeah, there are not many in international law, but still you will find at least more than 1,200 references in my book from various sources. And I can watch for it, and I can claim also that this is the first ever comprehensive book on international law, which we are going to release today, which will extensively cover the entire syllabus. कोई ऐसी book नहीं है अभी तक market में. You can get many books from where you can pick up certain things. Yes, but not this thing. And contemporary issues. I have tried to cover all the latest issues, even Russia-Ukraine war. Of course, Rahul will be a better person to guide us on that and share his experience about his actual application of India's foreign policy as a diplomat. That will be very interesting to all of us to listen to him. But I have tried to cover all those aspects in this book. So, इंटरनेशनल लॉ से बच्चे ज़्यादातर घबराते हैं, क्योंकि पहले तो उनको लॉ स्कूल में ये बताया जाता है, पहली चीज़ ही, इज इट रियली लॉ? इज इंटरनेशनल लॉ ए लॉ? एंड दिस इज अ क्वेश्चन समटाइम्स बीइंग आस्क्ड इन द एग्जामिनेशन ऑल्सो. देन रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन म्युनिसिपल लॉ एंड इंटरनेशनल लॉ, एज इफ दे आर टू सेपरेट branches, no connection. But look at the changing scenario. You know, from bipolar world, we are shifting towards multipolar worlds. And India's role is becoming more and more important on international scenario. Of course, it's not my domain, it's Rahul's domain. But yes, whatever we study, whatever we hear, whatever we see happening around us at international level, India is gaining such an important position. Every, you can't say, many poles are now getting attracted towards India. Politically, ideologically, and, trust is being built up. The various countries, earlier, yes, we had non-aligned movement when there was bipolar world. Civil, it was Cold War was going on. Then also India created its own name as a, founder of NAM. Same role we are playing. We are not aligning with anybody, but but it appears that yes, we are doing a balancing act. And that's very tough thing to do, both for political executive as well as for our diplomats. And they are doing it so well. So in this book, friends, you will be getting a sufficient exposure to theoretical aspects, but not very, very dry kind of a thing. Very simple book, very simple language, and conceptual clarity will be there. That's what I have tried in my first book, and I have done in my second book also. I am now in the process of working on the other 3 books, which will cover paper 2 entirely. Law of crimes, law of torts, contract law, law of contract and mercantile law. That will cover entire syllabus of UPSC. And if God is giving us his blessings, by this year end or before the next year prelims, all these 5 books will be in your hands. And I can tell you with confidence that if you just go through, prepare through these 5 books only, you need not read any other notes. This much I can guarantee you, because I have cleared this exam with this kind of studies. So with this, I will conclude my little bit of intro. If you have anything to ask me or to interact with me, you can do it right now or even after the session. But if you want to know something more about the book, yes, this is the right time. You can ask me or you can clear your doubts. Otherwise, after a few moments, it will be in your hands and then you can enjoy it yourself. So, friends, thank you very much once again. I am really grateful to all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insights and inspiring words. प्रिय दर्शकों को अब मैं हमारे प्रतिष्ठित अतिथि माननीय न्यायमूर्ति तलवंत सिंह सर से परिचित कराना चाहती हूँ, जिन्होंने पूर्व न्यायाधीश दिल्ली उच्च न्यायालय के रूप में अपनी सेवाएं प्रदान की हैं. A renowned jurist and an ICT enthusiast who has made his humble contributions in the computerization of the district courts in Delhi. His Majesty was a member of the software team responsible for the development of the National Case Information System for all the district courts in India. Apart from his noteworthy career in the judicial services, Sir has been a guest faculty at National Judicial Academy, State Judicial Academies, and other prestigious educational institutions. Justice Singh has authored and edited many books and several articles on civil laws and information technology. Post-retirement, Justice Singh has now opted to participate in justice as his new avatar as an advocate. He has established an organization, Nasteeb Consultants Private Limited, which will be providing necessary legal assistance with respect to the dispute resolution. Now, I would like to call upon the podium Honorable Justice Talwant Singh Sir for sharing his words of wisdom. Welcome, sir.
Honorable Ambassador Chabra ji, Dr. Pradeep Rai ji, Bajaj Sahab and my friends of the dais. Many of them, I'm thankful to you. I'm meeting many of my friends after a number of years, courtesy Bajaj Sahab. मैं अभी पहले बात कर रहा था कि किताबें लिखना बड़ा मुश्किल काम है, हमसे तो पढ़ी भी नहीं जाती. मैं LLB करने के बाद पढ़ाई नहीं कर पाया. मैंने कहा बस बहुत हो गई, मैं यहीं रुक जाता हूँ. तो मेरा काम उतने से चल गया. And one secret I want to share with you, that I am a very lucky child of the God. When I appeared for my exam, for selection for higher judiciary, there was no exam. It was direct interview. तो मैं तो कभी जुडिशरी का एग्ज़ाम नहीं क्लियर कर सकता. अब आपका पूरा कोर्स मेरे को पढ़ना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू प्रेजेंट द एंटायर कोर्स टू मी. अब तो पढ़ लें रिटायरमेंट के बाद. Another small anecdote I want to share with you. The type of preparation which students are doing. In fact, class 4 employment in district judiciary was a prerogative of the district judge. So I remained principal district judge for a number of years. So I was controlling the entire Delhi judiciary. So by a judgment of the Honorable Supreme Court, which was delivered by, I think this is B.S. Chauhan, he said even for the PNs and Malis and Safai Karamchari, you need to conduct an exam. because there was some nepotism which was happening. I think it was right also. So there was we constituted a committee headed by Honorable Justice Dharmesh Sharma now in Delhi High Court. So he was District Judge West, I was the principal District Judge. So they prepared one examination paper and they brought it to me. I said, धर्मेश आपने देख लिया है ना? बोले हाँ देख लिया. बोले सर आप एक बार नज़र मार लो इसके ऊपर. So I just went through that paper. मैंने बोला यार एक बात मैं आपको अपने दिल की बताऊँ, ये पेपर मैं नहीं क्लियर कर सकता. आपने ये मेरे कोर्ट के पीएन्स और मालीज और ड्राइवर्स के लिए आपने पेपर रखा. उन्होंने कहा सर ये 10th क्लास का सिलेबस है, बिकॉज दे वर सपोज टू बी मैट्रिक. ऐसे बोले 10th क्लास का सिलेबस है. द कंपटीशन हैज बिकम सो टफ. So that's why we need books like this. The UPSC is not the same UPSC as it used to be. It's the toughest exam, and I am really thankful to the authorities there, the UPSC commission and its members and chairmen. This is the only exam on which nobody has raised a finger till date. This is something great for this country, because every other exam, wherever the exam is taken, even the judicial exams, every exam is being challenged. Of course, I handled one part of UPSC as a part of division bench, one litigation, where somebody, I think there was this reservation for backward classes which was introduced few years ago. And this what is that, income criteria, the 8 lakh or 4 lakh limit. It was introduced, and the certificates were submitted later on, after the cut-off date. It went on for days together. All leading advocates of the country, they appeared. And then I wrote that judgment, got the opportunity to write that judgment. So, we had all the sympathies with the candidates, but they said that no, the format was not there. Although they said the certificate is to be given, they said the certificate is not in proper format. Format had not reached the SDMs who were supposed to issue those certificates. So we allowed those candidates to appear, but the candidates who did not submit even the faulty certificate before the cutoff date, which was again extended by UPSC, we said extended by CAT. We said sorry, no, we can't help you. So this is my connection with the UPSC. Never attempted, never can attempt an exam of UPSC. I am very sure about that. International law, as Bajaj Sahab has said, is whether it's a law or not. I think it's again a debatable question. As a principal CBI judge, which a post I held for about 7 years, so we were dealing with these MLAT and all those treaties and all those letter rogatories which are being sent. I think it's quite interesting. It's quite interesting the way the countries or the judiciaries of two countries, they basically cooperate with each other to see that the justice is done. I think international law is not a subject which should be reserved only for the UPSC candidates. Every person, who has got something to do with administration, or especially the administration of justice, he must understand the terminology and the conventions and treaties that we have signed with other countries. And this book will not only be useful for the candidates who are preparing for UPSC, even for the judiciary. This book will be helpful not only to the candidates who are preparing, but even the judges who are in service. Because when they brought this letter rogatory for the first time before me, so it was a CBI matter. So they said, sir, ye information chahiye. And to go through that letter rogatory and to see to it that it is properly drafted, addressed to the proper authority, you need to know the international law. Even for service of summons in a foreign country, this itself is a very big exercise, which we did when I was dealing with this Commonwealth Games trial. One of the accused was a company based in Switzerland. So the summons were sent in English. They were sent back. They say nobody understands English in Switzerland. It was all some ploy was going on. Second time we sent it in German. They said, no, this portion of Switzerland, they don't speak German. So I think they have got 4 languages, 4 different provinces in Switzerland itself. So you are supposed to serve the summon in the local language where the company's headquarters is situated. So ultimately, one day I got fed up and passed a detailed order. I said, now the service is complete. The company's lawyer were sitting in court every day, one of the topmost law firm of the country. They were sitting in my court every day. So I used to tell him, yeah, tum service le kyun nahi lete? And sir, we have been only engaged to watch the proceedings. So, so they challenged my order, which I passed in frustration because one year had gone by. Every time we are sending someone one problem or second problem. So this order was challenged by them before Honorable High Court of Delhi, and Justice Mukta Gupta upheld my order. She said, no, the company stands served. Of course, nobody appeared for the company, and you can only impose a monetary fine on the company. The company can't be sent to jail. The trial is still going on. So this international law is very fascinating for an amateur like me. But for the candidates who are preparing for UPSC, I think this compendium of law, I would rather say, as Bajaj Sahab has said that, earlier you're supposed to dig out the law from 8 books or 10 books. So you have one compendium here which will take care of all the needs of the students. So I congratulate Bajaj Sahab for coming up with such a book after putting his hard labor into it. And I'm looking forward to the other 3 books which he is going to present to me as and when they are released. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.
Thank you, Honorable Justice. Your expertise, insights, and words of wisdom have left a lasting impact on all of us. Respected audience, I am delighted to introduce you to our guest of honor, Ambassador Rahul Chhabra Sir, IFS Officer 1987 batch, thus being the batchmate of Jasbir Sir. A seasoned diplomat with more than 3 decades of the diplomatic experience. एम्बेसडर छाबरा सर अंतर्राष्ट्रीय विधि एवं अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संबंधों के विशेषज्ञ हैं। अपनी कार्यावधि के दौरान एम्बेसडर महोदय जी ने अंतर्राष्ट्रीय कानून का क्रियात्मक प्रयोग भारत की विभिन्न राजनीतिक नीतियों में किया है। Sir has also served as a former Secretary, ER, Ministry of External Affairs, former High Commissioner to Kenya, Permanent Representative of India to UN, former Ambassador to Hungary, प्रतिष्ठित राजदूत श्री छाबरा जी ने अपने सेवा काल के दौरान चाइना, USA, फिलीपींस, फ्रांस, सेनेगल एवं बेल्जियम इत्यादि देशों में अपनी सेवाएं प्रदान की हैं। During his tenure, he was instrumental in focusing India's foreign policy towards the Arctic and V4. Sir has also worked to promote foreign investment flows into India. Since his college days, Ambassador Chhabra have been doing exceptionally well. He is holding several degrees from prestigious institutions in India and was placed on the roll of honor in IIM Calcutta. Sir has a distinguished track record across global and local settings, including leadership roles spanning governmental, international policy making, execution, corporate, and academic engagement. Last but not least, he is the son of the distinguished administrator, Sir Emil Chhabra, former senior I.A.S. officer from Tamil Nadu cadre. Following his footsteps, Ambassador Chhabra has excelled in the field of the diplomacy and international relations. He has given the foreword to this book. I would like to invite Ambassador Rahul Sir to share words of wisdom with us. Welcome, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The earlier speakers, all of them came with no papers, so I was getting worried whether I should carry my paper or not. शायद आप लोग डर जाएंगे, वैसे इतनी मोटी किताब तो नहीं है, so it won't take that long. It's just one sheet. No, as Dr. Rai said, I mean, he was leaving us to speak about law and all that. I thought he might cover it, but no, really, this is a very comprehensive book that Jasbir has produced. So I have to congratulate him, to start by congratulating him on this book. And as we know that, law in any society, particularly in democratic societies, is really the foundation of ensuring justice in any society. Equality, sort of. So it sets the sort of boundaries of where we, each individual, how we act, react. It protects individual rights, provides the mechanism for dispute resolution. So I shouldn't be explaining all this to a room full of lawyers, but since Dr. I mentioned that I should be saying something on this field, so I'm saying that. Justice Talwant Singh ji has already covered very fascinating instances of how serving summons in Switzerland and all, how that works. So that's also nice. That's made my job a little easier. I'll just cover 2 instances where I was sort of involved in. I was involved in a few more than 2, but I thought I'll pick up on 2 instances. One is in the US, which, we are all vibrant democracies, freedom, rule of law, protecting individual rights and liberties. But many of you would have heard about this case where, our Deputy Consul General, Devyani Khobragade, was picked up by an overzealous sort of prosecutor. And what happened to her, handcuffed, arrested, strip searched. So it really pushed the boundaries of the Vienna Convention. So law, when you get into trying to enforce domestic laws in international settings where we diplomats get involved, so we have I think many people still, I discuss in several dinners and drawing rooms, are not clear and sort of still feel that Devyani may have been wrong. I don't know how many people in this room really feel that Devyani was wrong, or are you convinced on, because the way, Government of India, anyway, if we are to pay the minimum wages, just to clarify from our point of view, none of us are really paid to be able to pay minimum wages to our staff. So therefore, it is really not and these are understood norms. The US was really overstepping its boundaries, and then you saw the relationship, Indo-US relations, for several months was on a complete downhill, and sort of implications it had. A simple thing like this, where the prosecutor there went over, put her into, and once he put her into jail, then all the other things started. So everybody was following the law, so to speak. So when she gets arrested, I'm told that the standard norm in any US jail is that you have to be strip searched. So it doesn't matter who you are. So once you've reached there, then you are going to, so they kept on doing that, it kept getting bad to worse. So, but anyway, we finally, all of us are aware of how it got resolved. But, so that is one instance where, we were all quite closely involved in getting that resolved. The second case is where in Hungary, Budapest, this is more of a civil and a sort of financial case. We had got a building completed, an annexi building. So uske tiles started falling off from the front. So like any good customer client, we withheld the last 10% payment, the last payment to the contractor. So it made sense, you've not done a good job. Till you fix those tiles back, we're not going to pay the final 10%. We meaning the Embassy of India, obviously. So the contractor went and got a local court order and froze the bank account of the Indian Embassy in Budapest. And he also withdrew the 10% with some interest and penal charges and all from that bank account, thanks to the court order. So this went on and on and on. And then, so I was ambassador in Hungary, and then I was here JSCE first when I was served with General V.K. Singh. He was probably aware of this case. So I was here in Delhi and then went on to Budapest. So I had to sort of really, we had to turn the screws on and try to explain to them that, you've really gone overboard. Firstly, you can't freeze, because they froze that bank account. Now we couldn't even pay. Chalo, Indian Embassy and all you can tolerate. The tankha nahi mili, you're anyway government servant. What can you do? So you'll somehow manage and this thing. But local employees, you have to pay. You have to pay the electricity and the water bills and all. They'll shut off the water bill, electricity to the embassy. So what do? So we were then sending people to Frankfurt who would carry cash actually in a suitcase and come across and then distribute cash. So this was going on for several months. till this had to be sort of resolved. Luckily, it didn't hit the press at that time because otherwise that would have been another story. I did see some media people here, but now, of course, this is quite old, 10 years old. But so this story was quite fascinating how, because in India, if anybody wants to sue an embassy or an ambassador or a thing, you need the permission of the Ministry of External Affairs. You can't just take it to court, as people will be aware. So there, I think they just went overboard. They went to the court, they got an order. Of course, now the Hungarian government kept saying, we can't interfere in court orders. Like we also in Government of India say, once it goes there. But the idea is to stop it to go before it goes there. So, so once it had gone there, I mean, that's where, so that's another case I just thought I'll mention to you. Fascinating sort of interface between international law, how it's applied, Indian law, and Indian diplomats, our service. So I basically will end now by congratulating my dear batchmate Jasbir on this really comprehensive book. Outstanding work. I haven't gone through it really fully line by line, though I've written it the forward. But I have an interesting idea for his next book. He has, of course, 3 other books coming up. So maybe after that, I think, I don't know what any of you think, what would be more difficult than cracking the UPSC? Sorry? Nothing more difficult. No, he and I know something that is more difficult. So that is getting your kid admitted into school in Delhi. Yes. So we have a common story on that. So I think I'll just leave it to that and leave it for his next book and the next occasion to share that story. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, sir. Your insights and expertise were invaluable. प्रिय श्रोतागण, जिस मौके का हमें बेसब्री से इंतज़ार था, वह पावन क्षण अब आ गया है। ये महत्वपूर्ण अवसर प्रतीक है तमाम अथक प्रयासों का, समर्पण का एवं असीमित रचनात्मकता का जो इस पुस्तक के निर्माण में लगी है। आज हमारे अथक प्रयासों के बाद ये पुस्तक आपके सामने प्रस्तुत है। This book is exclusively one of a kind for the readers, authored to make the UPSC civil services journey easier for the aspirants. It is one of a kind that it not only covers the relevant topics concerned with the law optional, but also covers previous years' questions and their answers. Most importantly, what makes this book unique is the coverage of recent legal developments with regards to international law. Now we will proceed with unveiling of this literary gem. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the distinguished guests for the commemoration of this momentous occasion and for the release of the book. Also, I would like to request Jasbir sir to present the copies of the book to the guest of honor and the distinguished guests. Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, honorable distinguished guests and the author of the book, Jasbir sir, for doing the honors and officially launching this incredible book. Let this be the beginning of an unforgettable journey for readers, and may this book find its way into the hands of many, spreading wisdom and leaving an everlasting impression. Now, before moving ahead, मेरा हमारे माननीय न्यायमूर्ति तलवंत सिंह जी से निवेदन है कि वे समस्त BN by I.A.S फैमिली के सदस्यों को अपना आशीर्वाद प्रदान करें एवं हम सभी को शॉल भेंट करें। For this, I would like to call upon the stage the whole BNY I.A.S. family to accept the blessings from the respected Honorable Justice. Firstly, sir will present the shawl to Jasbir sir, Sunita ma'am, Karandeep Bajaj, Shashank sir,
Father and all, they used to consult those days, and this U.S. embassy people, they also used to come to us.
Siddharth Garg,
Was that minimum wage? I said, this is no case in India. Actually, we also started doing the
Prateek Kumar,
will be in effect.
I don't know how they did not understand the basic issue. It's quite straightforward. That sort of
Mohammad Aslam,
Indian origin.
So finally, he was told, now he is from there.
He thought he should not seem कि भाई वो Indian को favor.
Divakar Pandey,
पर नहीं पीछे क्यों पड़ गया? हाँ.
New York also, say, district court, the Supreme Court of New York.
Correct.
He started behaving as a real Supreme Court.
Correct. It's actually different district court.
Swati Julka,
Just a prosecutor.
हाँ.
Ritik, just coming sir, and Ajay Sharma.
Yeah, husband is
That now she cannot go to
to the US. Children also.
Children also, they are sitting there, they have US passport. She was the only one in the family who had Indian.
Who are Indian. अभी तो Turkey से Cambodia में ambassador.
But they have found out something. They said that once you come and then there can be some arrangement.
अच्छा.
But that arrangement did not happen because in between government changed. Her father was earlier logging.
Okay.
They could have signed that. Work was done. This Mule was there.
Mule.
was there for some time.
Correct.
So at that point of time it was done. Mule is a slow person.
Correct.
He does not have the interest in this.
It got delayed and government
Both of
changed.
them were from Maharashtra.
Both from Maharashtra. तो वो साइन नहीं हो पाया. So even today,
Now I would invite Rajshekhar sir to accept the shawl and blessings.
so so still today she is not able to go.
They have to come.
Sukhvinder ma'am,
Even I met that attorney also.
अच्छा वो जो यूएस वाला इंडियन वाला हाँ क्या नाम है भूल रहा हूँ नाम. कहाँ मिलेगी हाँ
Rupa Rani ma'am,
Some connection with that. Because those days they used to lobby. And I was counsel for lobby rather in announcing and Jaralita.
Ritik Saini,
They wanted Samajwadi Party support.
Correct.
In UPA too.
वो तो लास्ट में तभी तो गवर्नमेंट नहीं तो गिर जाती.
Without me it was not possible. So they started coming to me. Because I had some basic character. Even the ambassador, he
Inderjeet sir,
I
Sachin and Rahul.
नहीं. हाँ? Okay, yeah.
Now, I would request all the dignitaries to please be present for a photograph.
You are amusing show.
शर्माते हैं
While clicking the picture, we used to say fees.
Say fees, not say cheese, say fees. लॉयर के चेहरे पे तो स्माइल तभी आएगी जब भी इसके बाद उसको चीज से क्या लेना देना I want to think. Okay.
अब इस कार्यक्रम के संपन्न होने का समय आ गया है। हम सभी के लिए यह गर्व का क्षण है कि हमने इस कार्यक्रम को सफलतापूर्वक संपन्न किया है। समस्त श्रोतागणों को मेरा धन्यवाद है और मैं उन्हें फिर से एक और बार धन्यवाद करना चाहूँगी कि उन्होंने इस मौके को बहुत ही खास और यादगार बनाया है। आपकी उपस्थिति से इस कार्यक्रम की शोभा में 4 चांद लग गए हैं। आपके सहयोग, उत्साह, जोश एवं रुचि के लिए मैं आपको हृदय से धन्यवाद देती हूँ। We would like to thank our distinguished guests whose wisdom, expertise and insights have enriched our gathering. We extend a heartfelt thanks to all of the sponsors and partners whose generous support has made this event possible. I would now like to invite Advocate Sunita Suman Ma'am, the Chief Executive Officer of the organization, who has led our organization with exceptional vision, dedication, and unwavering commitment, without whose support and guidance, organization wouldn't have witnessed the remarkable growth. I welcome you on the stage, ma'am, for your special vote of thanks.
Thank you, Manushri. Good evening, everyone. It's my honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who have worked really hard to make this event a huge success. I, on behalf of our entire team, extend my sincere thanks to our chief guest, Honorable Minister General V.K. Singh, though he is not physically present with us, but his blessings are always with us. A hearty vote of thanks to our guest of honor, Ambassador Rahul Chhabra sir, who other than a seasoned diplomat like you who is having 3 decades of diplomatic experience can be the best choice for today's event. Today, we had an opportunity to hear your valuable thoughts. Thank you so much, sir. I also want to thank our distinguished guest, Honorable Justice Talwant Singh, former Judge, Delhi High Court. Sir, you are a legal luminary and your deep knowledge of law is an inspiration for everyone like us. Your presence has added glory to this occasion. Thank you so much. I am short of words for extending my hearty thanks to Dr. Pradeep Rai, Senior Advocate, Supreme Court of India and Patronage Chief of BNBI and Judicial Disha. So your unconditional support and guidance is always there, and we are looking forward for some good work for uplifting the society in future. Thank you so much. Ranjeev S. Dalal, former I.A.S. sir. I have heard your name so many times from Jasbir Bajaj sir, and you are our guru's guru. So, sir has told us, one of the incident that you are one of the most courageous IPS officer, and you are still having 2 bullets in your body. And so this was the incident that sir told us about you. So we are privileged and we are honored to meet you in person, sir. I would like to thank my entire team who worked day and night for making this Herculean task possible. Coming together is beginning, staying together is progress, and working together is success. So thank you, my dedicated team, and you have gone beyond your boundaries and you have worked day and night to make this program a huge success. Enjoy your evening. Thank you so much, everyone who have taken your time out of your busy schedule and grace this occasion. So we have a arrangement of tea and snacks outside. And wishing you a very happy birthday once again, sir. May you live 100 years with a healthy life. Thank you so much, everyone.